Welcome to One Crack News. Let's talk about it, ladies and gentlemen, because it needs to be said. What to do when you are friends with two of the parties in a divorce? We've seen it happen many of times, good people. Excuse me. Plenty of times. And you might be saying to yourself, what are you talking about? Well, as people find out, relationships sometimes take a turn and go in directions that other people don't expect. They separate. They get divorces. But what people don't talk about that happens, that's very frequent, that doesn't get spoken on enough, is that no, Jenny is not getting divorced. There is a part that you guys don't understand, is that when you're friends with both parties in a divorce, it complicates things. This is why most couples, sometimes they choose one person out of the relationship to be friends with. Because normally you go with the person you knew. Like you were friends with the bride, and that's who you came in with, and you met them through their relationship. So normally you go and side with them. Now, depending on what happens in the situation, people become distant because they've done things together. They've taken trips together. They do parties, game nights together. They do a lot of different things as couples do. So with all of that happening, the entire situation and the fate of this world, all of these things that are transpiring all at one time, right? Let this idiot go ahead of me, because whoever this person is definitely drunk, and they're driving erratic, and they're not finna erratically hit me. Now, no, it's not about getting involved in their business, whoever that was. It's not about getting involved in their business. It's just that one person decides to pick who they want to be friends with. And normally, if you're friends with both, sometimes that leads to problems because you're friends with both of them. And the other person will feel a certain way. I've seen it happen many of times. In a lot of different ways, to say the least. With a female, we had never slept together before. I think we liked each other at one point, but at different parts. And now that she's married and all of these different things, that was fine with me. But I never really had a relationship with her husband. So when her and her husband split up, it wasn't like me and him were going to be buddy-buddy. It's like I didn't know him. So I didn't miss anything. Now, I have a friend that married another person that I knew, both of them, before they got married. But I never really, and I hung out probably more with her early on before they got married, but I knew the both of them. And more than I really hung out with him, I think. She was around. She liked me at one point, and I don't think I really liked her like that. But this was way before these two even met. Like, I don't think they knew each other like that then. But anyway, they end up hooking up. They got married. I knew the both of them, but I was more friends with him in the end than her. Like, I hadn't spoke to her for years, so when they got divorced, you know, if I see her, I say, hey, how you doing? But I'm not gonna hang out with her. You know, I know him. I'm gonna hang out with him. Well, I know that because this dilemma comes up. Most of you guys are single and don't understand what this is like. Let's just say two neighbors, husband and wife, they got a couple living next to them that was married and lived there, and they was married for 14 years. Okay, that'll give you the gist of what's going on. These two couples, they know each other. They know everything about the next door neighbors. They know everything about them, right? Everything splits up, and it goes crazy next door. The wife ends up just all of a sudden moving out and leaving. So the husband still lives there in that house. He's by himself with the dog and the cat, and it's just them two living in the house. And they really don't deal with him. The next door neighbors, they were more friends with her than him. Even though they did everything together, and the husband basically hung out with him all the time, and now the wife is like, don't hang out with him. We're friends with her, so we don't talk to him. And he was like, man, you know, he lives next door to us, and we used to do stuff with him, and now he don't come over no more, and, you know, what are we supposed to tell this guy? So these dilemmas happen all the time, and people just don't know about it. Now the guy is like, man, okay, I guess I'm getting the cold shoulder. Like, he's supposed to get the message. They don't want to deal with him no more. He's supposed to stop pressing to try to invite himself over to events and parties and things of that nature. So anyway, the guy comes over and talks and said, look, I want to tell you guys some things. I want to talk to y'all in private. So they invite him in, and he said, look, I know you guys love my ex-wife, and, you know, and you guys feel like y'all are loyal to her, and I get that, you know, but I'm your neighbor. I'm still the same guy that you know, went to your kids' recitals. You guys went to Jack's thing, whatever the son's name is. I think it's Jack. So you guys went to Jack's things, and, you know, you guys were family to us. So I would never cut you guys off if you guys ever split up, and whoever was living there, neighbors. So I don't want us to be in conflict with one another. Whatever going on between me and such, that's between me and such. It doesn't involve you guys. You know, I show you guys love. So when you guys blowing me off, you know, it just seemed weird to me that you would take that kind of approach when I've never done anything wrong to you. So now they feel like, wow, you know, and the husband feel like, I told you so, honey. And she's like, oh no, we've just been so busy and blah, 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 but we're going to have something in a week, and then you can come over. We're going to invite you over. So now she's like, oh my God, I can't believe he just had the call to do that. He just came over. So now she's going to call the ex-wife and tell him all about it. He just came over and threw it in our face because he knows we've been avoiding him. We don't want nothing to do with it. And the ex-wife is like, well, don't let him come over. I'm not coming over there when he's over there. So he can come over, but if he comes over, I don't want to be there when he's there. So she sends the husband to go tell him that the ex-wife wanted to come to the event and she didn't want him there. So she started letting the husband go and hang out with him. And so that's the new relationship they have now. The husband is okay to go over there and hang out with the guy he used to hang out with all the time. So they get to watch the games and all this stuff, while the wife is friends with the ex-wife still. So it is what it is. Now, I've seen that go the other way, a very bad way. Now, one guy's a doctor in this marriage, and this is with family and everything. This is inner core, hardcore problems. They got 4 boys together, right? She got 4 boys with this guy. And next thing you know, she turns around and the boy is gone. Like the husband and all that, they keep getting in fights. He was a jealous guy. He allegedly used to beat her. He got problems and all this stuff, but he's a doctor. And they've been married for years. And he's a doctor to somebody I know. And basically her uncle. And because they got split up and went through a divorce, he was the doctor, and she was like, we don't deal with him no more. He's cut off. So you got to find another doctor. He was, whoa. This is my doctor. I'm not finna just start switching other doctors. Now, I got a good doctor here. He takes care of me, and I trust him. So this is my doctor. Whatever y'all got going on, that's between y'all, but he my doctor. We ain't there to discuss you and nothing like that. We in here to do doctor. I'm his patient. And she was, we don't deal with him. He's cut off. So anyway, she's upset because he's got a new wife or a new girlfriend now. He wants to marry this chick, and she felt like they've been cheating all along, but that has got nothing to do with him. He like, look, that's y'all problem. He my doctor. I need a doctor, so that's what it is. He my doctor. She ain't trying to honor that. And she's mad at her own mother because the mother turned around, followed suit, and is still friends with the mother-in-law, the ex-mother-in-law. They were real close because they share the grandkids. They got kids together. So your mother's a grandmother, and she's friends with the other grandmother. They used to go shopping together, and because they went shopping together with her, she ain't talking to her own mama now. So it's you went to hang out with the mother-in-law. It's crazy. So now his niece won't invite my uncle to nothing no more, and she won't even want her mother around. She cutting them all off. Anybody that talks to her ex-husband, that's it. They cut off. So I'm trying to tell you, you gonna have to, sometimes you gotta pick a side. They're gonna push you to pick a side, or you gonna be the one ostracized. People invite you into their own problems. People telling you they want no parts of this. They like, look, we don't want no parts of it. I don't deal with him outside of this. We ain't discussing you. And when nothing you doing, this man is my doctor. It didn't matter. No contact. What's up, Kev? Salute, brother. Well, when you do things like that, it comes back to bite you. If you you keep living that life, it'll come back to bite you all the time. You got to make sure you stay on your P's and Q's and stay alert. But stay out of marital affairs. And even if you do, they try to suck you in it. I always try to keep marriages together. Like, look, stay together, because it's crazy out here. We single, we know. It's like, it's hard as hell just to find somebody to lay next to for one day without the chick trying to kill you and get the money to some Lester Diamond type dude. So it's like, look, it's hard as hell to trust people nowadays. So you got somebody you can trust, roll with it. Stay with that. Because believe me, it's hell of hot water out here. Hell of hot water. You want to stay winning. Be the change. I'm out.